Hey y'all, get ready for Conversations with Deborah Franklin. Sit back, relax, grab you something to drink because we're getting ready to dive right in with conversations for the grown and sexy. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Now, I know I told y'all I wasn't doing the show because had too much stuff going on. I didn't want to spill the beans, but guess what? I had to do a show tonight because we had guests booked. I couldn't cancel on my guests. And so, guys, I am so excited about what's going on. I'm so excited about my guest on tonight. But one of our guests was not able to make it. And tonight we just want to send up prayers and thoughts. She had to get rushed to the hospital for a medical emergency, but she is good. She's getting things checked out. It's going to work out because we're believing God to just do what he is going to do and heal her right now in the name of Jesus. We are praying healing over her life, over her infirmities right now in the name of Jesus, because we know that there is healing in the atmosphere. And all we have to do is speak it and it shall come forth. Guys, I'm so excited about tonight. My other guest is going to be in the house. I can't wait to introduce to you. But I think some of you may know her already, but I know her as Coach. She was I'm going to go into all of that, but I'm going to, y'all, I can't wait to share about our guest that I'm going to be having on tonight. I'm so excited about that. Now, let me tell y'all something. For those of you that don't know, we have been hosting a 21-day prayer challenge, and it started on Tuesday. When I tell you this prayer challenge has been nothing less than phenomenal, y'all, it's just on day 2. We was ready to run up out of there. So when I tell you our spirit of expectation has gone to another level, talking about what's going to happen over these 21 days, if you have not signed up for this 21-day prayer challenge, you need to find the link. You need to get in, because when I tell you we are bombarding heaven for our businesses to just be able to explode and start something anew in 2021. I'm so excited about what's getting ready to happen, because when your spirit of expectation is on a different level, you can't do nothing, but all you do is you walk around. Your mind is set on what's going to happen. You are expecting the great. You are expecting things to just happen. You're expecting nobody to come at you any kind of way. But you know what? When they do, all you know is that this is just a distraction. Because this ain't nothing but the devil trying to get me off of what I'm trying to do. Because you know that you were called for this. You are destined for this. And we are praying over the course of this 21 days for our businesses. And first of all, we started with ourselves. Now, what that means is that when you start to pray and you're laying out that foundation, a lot of times we're not seeing the growth that we need. We're not attracting the people that we want because we have not changed ourselves. We have not started to do that inner work. We worry about the building. We worry about the business cards. We worry about all this other stuff. But if you don't learn to take care of you, then you are just defeating the purpose of getting all that other stuff. Then let's take it a step further. Some of you, y'all, have been making excuses about why you can't do. You have been making excuses of what you can't do and why you can't do it, and that you don't this and you did this. But guess what? Excuses feed procrastination, and procrastination is the killer of your success. So if you have not started your business, if you have not taken that class, if you have not picked up that phone call to ask for help, you have been procrastinating. You know what you are destined to. And because you have not taken that initial step, you are not seeing the progress that you are anticipating. And that's why, you know what they say about insanity. You continue to do the same thing, expecting different results. That's insanity. I'm going to let that sit right there. Because we have got to start thinking about, what can I do different to change my trajectory? What can I say different to change my trajectory? What can I do different to change my trajectory? Do I need to move? Do I need to change jobs? Do I need to look for something else? You have got to start thinking outside the box, guys, because nothing that we do just this year has proven that nothing that we do going into this future is going to be like what we're used to. It's not going to be the same. It's not going to attract the same people. It's not going to feel the same. So we have to start doing things different. Is it scary? Oh my God. Yes, it is. It is scary. But y'all, right now, we have got to operate in fear. We cannot stand around thinking that somebody else is going to do it for us. That's over with. That's done with. We cannot sit around expecting things to happen just happenstancely. We have got to learn to move on and get the things that we want, but we have to be strategic in what we are doing. We cannot wait for somebody else to do it for us. If you need to get a coach, get the coach. If you need to start praying more, start praying more. I know that you've been sitting in the house. Guess what, guys? You can start calling somebody yourself. And if you don't want to tell them what's going on, just say, hey, I just need to chit chat. You've got to do something to move forward, because you have to stop making those excuses. Because you're going to wake up one day and there's nothing going to be around. God did not call you to that. God called you to be more than what you are doing. The problem is you keep holding yourself back. I don't know who this is for. I don't know what you're going through, but you've got to stop talking yourself out of doing what you know that you are destined to do. You have got to stop talking yourself out of listening to those past voices. Listening to all the people that said that you were less than. Listening to all those people that said that you weren't good enough. You didn't come from the right pedigree. You don't have the right education. Stop listening to that. You have got to move forward. You have got to take on the reins and start going and doing what you have to do, because we are getting ready to go to the next level. And when you are destined for greatness, you cannot let those things hold you back, because God has created you for such a time as this. You have got to start looking at the bigger picture. When I think about all that I have gone through, all that I have experienced, all I can think about is that I had to depend on God for everything that I do. Even down to when I got ready to move. Not this last time, but every time. Every time that I have relocated, I've heard God say, move. Every time I've done it, it's been a challenge, but then I saw the good in it. Yes, thank you. Stagnant choices, truth. Amen. Most definitely. We have got to stop being stagnant and sitting in the same place and not ready to move. That's the whole thing, guys. You got to be ready to move. You got to be able to move in your mind, move physically, move spiritually. Yeah, move spiritually. That gift that's been laying dormant in you that you've been afraid to tap into, it's time for you to tap into it. Those speaking engagements that you've been wanting, but you've been scared, get ready. They're coming. Get ready. You have to start being prepared. So when that phone rings, you're going to be ready. That book that's been ready to birth in you, get out, start writing. That degree that you wanted to get, go get it. I don't care how old you are. Age ain't nothing but a number. You can still acquire those things that you want. You can still do what you want. Stop making excuses. You have got to stop making excuses and start moving forward in what you are doing. I'm so excited about what is getting ready to happen, because when I tell you, I did not want to come on air tonight, because I was like, y'all, I can't go on there. They're going to want to know what the secret is. It's going to be hard for me. But you know what? I got to hold the secret. I got to hold the secret, because when you got something so big that you got to birth, you can't tell everybody. You can't share it with everybody. You got to give that thing a due date. And when you get it that due date, you got to be ready to run with it. Now, I said something earlier about asking for help. It's okay, guys. It's okay to get help with what you're doing. In fact, look for it. And then make that a part of your prayer life. God, send me somebody that can help me. God, send me somebody that can assist me with my dream. God, send me somebody that's going to assist me and not be stabbing me in the back at the same time, because that's the real reason why you don't want to ask for help, because the people that you asked for help from in the past, they stabbed you in the back. They tried to use you. They tried to manipulate you. They tried to take you somewhere which you didn't need to go. But guess what? You can't live in past hurts. You have got to move forward from those past hurts, from those past situations, in order to move to that next level. You have got to move forward and stop dwelling in that place. Because when you stop dwelling in that place, then you can move to that next level. Then you can start looking at things and start attracting what you need. Because one thing about the guests that I have coming on tonight, we are totally different. When I tell you we are totally different, we are totally different. And I tell people all the time, if I operated with a closed mind, I would never make it as far as I have. I would never have acquired some of the things that I have acquired. Because working with my next guest helped me take my thought process to another level. Do we believe everything the same? No. But she was able to help me see past me and start seeing the value that I had, the value that I brought to the table, the value that I was able to give to other people. And sometimes you need somebody that's outside of your circle to show you what you are capable of doing. Yeah, I said that because sometimes we don't recognize the greatness that is in us. We don't recognize that greatness, so that's why we can't operate in it. But then when somebody brings it to you, then you be like, oh my God, I can really do this. I'm really destined for greatness. I can really show up and do what I'm called to do. I can really show up and be able to do it. Because you know within your heart of hearts that you are destined for all of this. The problem is that you are scared of success. And you cannot operate in that lane. Okay, let me go ahead and dispel the myth. Some of you have been thinking that, oh, because I'm a church girl or I'm a church boy, I can't do certain things in my business. I can't do certain things because they're going to look at me different. They're going to treat me different. No, that's not the case. They are not. And if they do, that's on them. Because you have got to know within your heart of hearts who you are and what you are doing. You have got to know beyond a shadow of a doubt who you represent. Because when you know who you represent, then you can move forward. And then you can operate in a different level. Yeah. Have you thought about that? Operating in a different level? Because we have got to stop living in that lie where people have told us that just because we operate in a certain realm that we are not supposed to have certain things. We are not supposed to do certain things because we in this and we in that. If nothing else tonight, I want you to take your blinders off. I want you to come out of that box. I want you to go look in the mirror and look in that mirror just straightforward and say, you are great. And just start saying, I am great. I am destined for this. I am built for this. I can do this. I am worthy of the success. I am worthy to be on a platform that you're built. I am worthy to travel the world and be an international speaker, an international author. I am worthy. Because when you believe in your heart that you are worthy, ain't nothing else that you can do but walk in your greatness. And all right, guys, y'all, I am so, I just want you to hold on to that fact that you are worthy. Because when you realize that you are worthy, ain't nothing else in the world, and nobody else can do anything else to you. Well, all right, guys, we'll be right back after these quick messages. Well, all right. Yeah, see, I already know. See, y'all, you nosy, but we got a secret. And I'm trying to tell you, next Thursday, you got to be logged in, tuned in, on time, because we got a secret. It's a big secret. It is November the 12th. When I tell y'all, everybody on this flyer got a secret that we are revealing on next Thursday night. So you don't want to miss it. You don't want to be late. You don't. Ha! When I tell y'all, I am like bubbling. I'm bubbling. You have got to be here for next Thursday night. Set your timer. Set an alarm. Put it on your calendar. When I tell you we got some big news that's going to blow your socks off. Pixie Lee, Chanel Spencer, and Candy Martin going to be my guests live here on Conversations with Deborah Franklin, because we are going to be launching something that's going to knock and rock your socks off. Everybody that is posted on that flyer, baby, got a secret to tell, and it's going to wear you out. I'm trying to tell you, you ain't ready. You ain't ready, but you better tune in next Thursday, because we got some big news. Big. I'm so excited. Woo! My God, I'm excited. All right, y'all. We'll be right back with my guest, because she is in and she in the break room. She ready, honey. We getting ready to do this thing. Hey, welcome. Y'all, this is my first coach. My first coach. But this is Miss Simone Kelly. She is a beast. She don't take no trash. So you know to work with me, baby. She kept multiple and learn.
Thank you. I'm so proud of you. This is so fancy, this show. All the commercials and zooming in and out. I'm like, what? I ain't ready. I wasn't ready.
You see, we have evolved. We done come a mighty long way. Yeah. Mighty long way. And I can appreciate that. And I thank you for even recognizing it, because you were really with me from the beginning. That's like really crazy. And right. That's only been like, what? That's only been 3 years.
3 years. I lost track. I can't remember.
Wait a minute. And it all started from this.
Oh, that's how it started? I was trying to remember, how did we meet? How did we meet? Because you were on the team.
I was on the team. I was one.
How we met?
That's how we met.
Oh my goodness. I didn't even remember.
Look, let me tell the story, because see, I forgot. Mm-hmm. What happened was, she was supposed to be a guest on The Tea. And for those of you that don't know, The Tea was an online book review show that I was one of the co-hosts on. So Simone was supposed to come on, and I don't think you were able to come in town, but I found out that you were going to be close to where I lived in DC. So I came over to where she was doing the book signing, and that's how we met. We met at your book signing. I interviewed you for the show, and then from then on, it just went out.
I had it backwards. I thought you were already my client when I met you at that event.
I don't think so.
At Dana Smith's
I don't no.
Wow. Okay.
Oh no. Yeah, she fussed me, y'all. She fussed me. She did.
Yeah, because you and I loved how you were just telling people, know your worth, because that was exactly what I used to tell you. Like,
that's the cool part. What you say?
It's funny. I said, that's why you're gonna charge people $27. You know, like I'm.
Oh, y'all, let me tell you.
I know you stepped it up. I see. I've been watching you,
baby. I was a $27 queen. Whatever you need, $27. Whatever you need, $27.50. Right. Whatever you need. And then, and wait a minute. Then when I went to 47, I really thought I did something.
Yeah, people try to keep you at 27.
Bernice said, hey.
Hey, Bernice.
To support, most definitely. Love it. I love Bernice. Bernice is somebody. Have you connected with Bernice Loman?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Baby, you need to connect with her. She is a beast. When you talk about I got all these bells and whistles, no, she the bells and whistles queen.
Okay.
You got some stuff. Anybody, because her audience is mainly I know she does a lot of things with churches and helping them going virtual doing the whole thing. So she does sound, she does video, she does all that, all that techie stuff. I just push buttons. She do it all. She sets it up. She's a female beast when it comes down to that. But we are here to talk about your upcoming project. I'm so excited about this. Because I couldn't get the picture. Because y'all know I would have put the picture up, honey. I was trying to get that picture, baby. I was like, book cover, when y'all see it, is a beast, baby. It's got bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye. So I'm going to jump right in. And then you know what? I want you to introduce yourself and tell everybody who you are. And then I want you to just go ahead and yeah, you want to tell people about this here book, because I'm not going to even touch it. I'm going to let you do all of that.
Okay. Well, first and foremost, my name is Simone Kelly. I am a business coach, life coach, and intuitive life coach as well. I train people on how to develop their intuition. My company is called Own Your Power Communications. And I'm originally from the Bronx by way of Jamaican parents. Give you a little bit more background. And I've been an entrepreneur since as long as I can remember, even third grade. Actually, that's my first book. I always tell people I forgot that my first book was a coloring book because I used to draw really well. And I had like a little short story, and my mother made photocopies of it at work. And
that's what they used to do, baby. That's why we get in trouble now. That's why they be watching everything.
Now, and I'm like, that was a little trifling. But yeah, and I brought it to school, and at the back of the room in third grade, I was on the floor selling my books. Like I remember, like for a dime. I was like, all right, I was pulling the dimes together. Like, oh, I made $1.10 today. So I already had that mindset, of being an entrepreneur. And do you want to talk about the book? Are you going to ask me questions? I don't want to just start rambling,
But you know how you go, and then I'll just jump in. I'll jump in.
Our energy.
You know what? We can go ahead because because I read Like a Fly on the Wall, and people. I think we need to start about Like a Fly on the Wall, because that's when I got really introduced to. Okay, y'all. First of all, we all have a joke. We got a joke between us. First of all, I went to one of my Buddhist sessions. And okay, y'all know I'm a certified church girl. And I tell everybody that I'm the certified church girl. So I'm at this thing talking about, what we doing? What we doing? Sit still and imagine what's on the card.
No,
what's on the card? I was like, what you talking about?
It was a class on intuition, and she rocked it. So yeah, that's why I tease her all the time now. I was like, yeah, okay. And I tell people all the time, I've taught pastors, I've taught, like, it don't matter what background you're from, you can do it. It doesn't matter. It's not religion. You know what I
mean? Exactly. And and I said all that, that's where I was going. It's not about religion. And that's why I tell everybody, you cannot knock who you know because of something you don't understand. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I thought about that. I said, what if I had blocked out stuff because I didn't understand what you're doing? I said, I would never have developed this friendship, this partnership, regardless of the coaching piece. I still consider her as one of my friends, because I feel like I can call her whenever I want to, but I will, because I will. I'll text.
So I'll go back before Like a Fly on the Wall, just so you know. I'm selling these books too. So at second glance, trying to get the camera right. At Second Glance was my first fiction book I wrote. And the reason why I tell people about it is because I actually used Delilah Johnson, who is a character in Like a Fly on the Wall. So she's a main character in this book. So if you want to go back, you can read this book too. Okay. Next book is Like a Fly on the Wall. And this came out 3 years ago on HarperCollins. This is my first publishing deal, because all my other books prior to that were self-published. So this was my first publishing deal I got with HarperCollins, and it's a pretty long book, but I have people that read it in a weekend, so they were dedicated. So basically, this book is about actual sexy intuitive counselor that joins forces with a company called Like a Fly on the Wall, which is a detective agency, and they work on solving mysteries. However, they have a lot of uncovered, I would say, secrets in their own families and their own personal lives that come about within the book. It's very juicy and steamy. It's not rated PG, so
no, it's fire, honey. Don't add some water.
One of my girlfriends, her daughter saw the book, because she bought a bunch of books for a party she was doing for her friends, and it was so beautiful. It was like I came and did book signing, and she bought like all these books for all the people that came, and her daughter who was like 8 years old, had the book in her book bag. And she said, what's this doing in there? Oh, it's Miss Simone's book. She said, no. This is not for little kids. I was like, oh my God, you can't leave that book around. But yeah, so that's actually the start of it. But after I wrote this book, everybody's like, where's the rest? Where's the rest? We want a series, we want a TV show, you know. So one of the things that I ended up writing was the next book, which is called Whispers from the Past. So I wrote it as a standalone book. So even if you never read Like a Fly on the Wall, you'll still get it. But if you get this book, it's a little bit more, you know, oomph to it, because you get to know the characters on a deeper level, you know, if you read the first book. So Whispers from the Past is continues the story with Jacques, who's the sexy intuitive counselor, and he works with the quirky, cute sidekick. Her name is Kylie Collins, and she now in this book she now works at Like a Fly on the Wall as a PI in training, and they solve mysteries together. So it's a lot of fun. So I love writing this, and my whole goal is to turn these into TV series. Hopefully Netflix, Amazon, somebody picks it up. And that's one of the reasons why I'm actually here in Atlanta, because I wanted to partner with a lot of filmmakers, and that's what I'm doing. We're actually working on a lot of films together, and yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to audition for I'm gonna be the secretary. That's my part. I'm gonna be the secretary. I'm already practicing my neck roll.
You want to be cast as the black girl with the attitude?
Yep.
No, you could be definitely a lot of different things. You have such a big personality. So
yeah, I'm looking. You know, that's how you know you got friends. You just tell them what you're gonna do in their stuff. Because you know you ain't talked about no contract. I ain't talking about how much of it. Can I just be in there to roll my neck? I got some credit, y'all. I can roll.
You could be an extra. Look, that we doing low budget stuff right now, so we on a budget. So yeah, people.
Look, you know, I'm gonna work for free just so I can say.
Well, this is. I mean, I got the idea from going to like film festivals in Miami, where a lot of the people that had these award-winning short films or movies, they partner with other people. Like they say, okay, you know how to work a camera, you know about lighting, you're a writer. Oh, let's join forces and help each other. So when I moved to Atlanta, I knew a few people already. Shout out to Winsome Sinclair. She's actually a big time casting agent in Atlanta. So I connected with her, and she introduced me to some of her friends. And then I had some friends already I went film, and we all joined forces and had a meeting at my house before COVID. In February. Know, right? We brainstormed on our films, and since then we've been working on each other's films. And tomorrow I start. We're doing another short film called The Setup, and I'm an assistant director on it. So I would have never been able to do this. You know, like this is just collaboration and networking is key. So that's why I tell people all the time: don't wait for your opportunity, make it happen yourself. You know.
I love it. But you know what? You said something that was really key. And, you know, with this thing that we're going through now, how important is collaboration? And I think, in my opinion, collaborating now is easier than it ever has been. So in your opinion, people that are in the arts, people that are coaches even, how important is it for them to collaborate with each other?
I mean, even as an author, and you know this because you were in one of my contests, but one of the things I like to do is we all, like, you can't think of, oh, they're going to take my clients or they're going to take my money. There's enough money to go around for everybody, you know, and everybody ain't for everybody. Like somebody that I might coach might not want to go to you or vice versa. You know what I mean? So you can't think like that. But I love when we collaborate because we can reach other audiences that we might not be able to reach on our own. You know what I mean? And you learn from each other, you know, so I think it's just building your brand and building your network. You can't do it by yourself. That's the problem.
Exactly.
Yeah. So.
Hello, Miss Ellen Williams. She said, "Hey, Deborah." Well, hey, girl, hey. You know, because I've known you and we have a relationship with each other. It's like you definitely have seen me grow, and I appreciate it when you sent me an email and you said, "Oh, I'm watching you. And you know that is so cool when you have somebody that you've worked with that's, you know, can still encourage you. So how important is it for you to encourage and as an encourager to your, let's say, past clients or people that are in your circle? Why is that important?
Because a lot of times we get discouraged, and sometimes we feel like we're by ourselves. So it's always good to know that you do have people that are supporting you. You do have people that will share a link or promote you, or I always tell people, why don't you ask me? Like, hello, I got a huge mailing list. Like, I'm like, come to me for help. I can help you. So a lot of people forget that you utilize their contacts. I tell people all the time, there's a gold mine in your cell phone. That was an actual workshop I did. So if the key is keep your relationships strong. Don't just pop up when you need something. Don't you hate that? Somebody calls you after like 6 years, like, oh, by the way, can you join my MLM? Like that.
But no, the new one is when people friend you and jump into your inbox and be like, you want to buy? Well, hello, how you doing?
No, I thought you were gonna say the thing where you donate, where you have to what's it called, a susu, where you hey, join this, and all you gotta do is bring in 2 people. Right. I'm like, I'm good, thank you.
Exactly. A lot of stories about those. Exactly. So let's get back about the book. So tell me, how did you? Which character do you like the most in this book? Because we know about the other characters. So is Jacques gonna show back up in here? And
Jacques is in it. Jacques is definitely in it. Jacques, Kylie, and a new character named Mackenzie. She's a lot of fun. She's the one that kind of brings the glue together, where there's a lot of mystery around her story, and I can't tell it because it's a spoiler, but she's definitely a firecracker, and I based her off of like 3 people I knew from Dallas and Brooklyn. Like this, she's a Southern kind of character, but she is hilarious. But my favorite character still is, to this day, my favorite character to write for is Hisham. That is Jacques' brother, who can be a jerk. It's just fun to write for him because that was one of my biggest challenges when I first wrote At Second Glance. This book was more of a this was in early 2000s, so this was more like a Waiting to Exhale kind of book. Like women going through, single women going through their challenges, and again, it's a lot of fun too. Don't get it twisted. But it's not like depressing or anything like that. But it helps you look at your life at a second glance. However, this is all women. So like Fly on the Wall, I challenged myself to write as a man. And it wasn't easy at first. I have a lot of guy friends that I interviewed and asked questions. And how would you say this? Or how would you, tell a girl you want to break up? Like certain things I would ask. But in the very beginning, when I first started writing, I remember one of my writing coaches was like, he sounds a little feminine. We need to change some of this lingo. But then as I perfected it, I got to the point where people were like, yo, you wrote this? Like, so I really love writing Hisham because he's like more abrasive. Jacques is more classy. He's he's Moroccan, and he's like a classy, refined, sexy guy. And his brother's like just total opposite. He says everything that you're thinking. So that's why I like him.
He's not like me.
Yeah, he has no filter whatsoever.
No filter. You said something that was key, especially to current authors or wannabe or people that aspire to be authors. How important is it to have a writing coach? Because you
highly recommend it. I highly recommend it. Like I tell people all the time, Like a Fly on the Wall was an idea in 2004. Like I just had like the idea, like I maybe wrote like 3 chapters, and then I moved, I got married, and all kind of stuff happened. And my mom passed away, so like I just kind of put the book down. I was like, I'll get to it later, and I didn't pick it back up until I got I picked it back up, but then I got a writing coach. Shout out to Claudette Freeman in South Florida, and having somebody critique your work and read it like it's a soap opera. Like it brings it back to life. Because she was like, and what's going on with Jacques in this chapter? We need to, somebody have excitement about your book. It makes you feel excited again. You know what I mean? And also somebody that holds you accountable. Every week we had a meeting every week, and then I had homework. I had to okay, finish this scene, clean this part up. You can't do this with your friends. You need somebody that's skilled in the craft of writing. So that's what really helped me tremendously. I always give her a shout out because I tell her if I didn't have her, I would never finish the book. It would have been like sitting on the shelf, and it really helps you learn how to edit and how to critique your own work, So now I'm actually editing my friends' scripts, that are doing screenplays and stuff. So now because I've been doing so many of my books, I know how to edit a little bit better. I don't call myself an editor per se, but I can catch things faster than I couldn't before until I had coaches and editors helping me. So yeah.
I love it. don't call myself an editor for nothing because I still, baby, I can typo with the best of them. But you know, so after I get this book, after I read this book, what should I, as a reader, walk away with? What do you want me as a reader to walk away with from reading this book?
Well, there's a few things aside from, you know, you might have to get a glass of cold water.
What you say?
You have to make a booty call or something. But aside from that, I joke, but I do like to like pull people in with the intrigue and mystery and sex and juicy stuff. But there's always messages within my book. So this book is called Whispers from the Past for a reason, because the book goes back into the past a lot. There's some scenes where Jacques, his new talent is now when he touches you or looks into your eyes, he can see your past life, almost like a hologram in front of you. Yeah, it's like bam. So it's pretty deep. So the flashbacks and things like that really are kind of interesting. But one of the things I love about it is it helps you understand karma. And I think people will see, you know, if you did that in the past life, guess what? It's going to come back in this life and repeat itself. Whether you believe in past lives or not, trust me, it's a thing. It exists. So it's just one of the things I like to teach people about, you know, just paying attention to your actions now, because it can even bite you in the butt in this life, to be honest. We know karma don't always have to wait till the next lifetime. So yeah, I really like that part about it. And also I'm big on demystifying the whole concept of being psychic, intuitive. Like you said, like a lot of people get scared. Oh, I don't want to do that. Or I know so many of my students that are very talented, but they've been afraid of their own gift. You know what I mean? When they take the class and they realize, oh, I'm not the only freak. All of us, we all have it. It makes people feel like relaxed, and then they start to pay attention more. Because think about it. If you have a message coming to you through God, and you don't hear it because you're too stubborn or you're too afraid, you know, I tell people all the time, like meditation, prayer is talking to God, meditation is listening. A lot of people do not know how to meditate or don't try. And I tell people there's no excuse now. We got YouTube, there's a gazillion videos. You have no excuse. You can learn how to meditate. And once you start to quiet your mind, there you go. Bam. That's what I'm talking about. I love it. Perfect. We're on the same wavelength. Once you learn how to quiet your mind and pay attention to the messages and journal, I'm very big on journaling. Doing all these different things will help you make better decisions in your life overall. So, you know, I tell people all the time, if you know, don't be afraid of your gift. We all have it, you know. But that answers your question. Long-winded answer.
Point blank, period. That's, you know, and a lot of times we are so afraid, and I was talking about that earlier tonight, is that we are afraid of our gifts. We are afraid to walk in what we are called to do because we are afraid of what others are going to say. So just to piggyback on what you said, how do you deal with that whole thing of worrying about what people say? Now, I know you don't, but at some point we all have dealt with it.
Well, no, I can't say honestly and all that. I mean, technically, that's my joke. I always tell people I came out the closet, the psychic closet. Let's be clear. In 2011, because, you know, my brand and my background was all, you know, business coach, you know, marketing coach, you know. So to tell people, you know, I can talk to your dead grandmother will freak you out. You know what I mean? So, or I can see stuff, or I can, you know, I don't necessarily see auras, but I can read your chakras. There's a lot of things that I can do. And over the years, I've developed obviously more. The more you practice, the more you do things, you can develop it. But I didn't want to tell anybody. And it was a secret. I had I had a blog page. So when I started to actually charge people, I never connected it with my company. It was like two separate things. So eventually I went on a spiritual retreat. It sounds like something mystical, but it really was beautiful. Retreat in Peru. And we were with shamans, and there was a whole bunch of different fun things that we did and we learned. And they're the ones, I always give them props. They're the ones that told me, stop hiding your gift and share it. And literally I came back. And in 2011, I taught a workshop in Dallas. And from there went, you know, skyrocketed. You know, I just stopped hiding. And now I teach it. So I tell people all the time, like, when they learn, they're like, I can do this too. Like, like, how did you feel when you took the class? Didn't you feel the same way?
I was like amazed because, you know, coming from the church background, I was able to make the parallels of what I had already experienced in my quote unquote, my church background. So it didn't, I was like, oh, this is pretty much the same. Yeah. And we're talking about it. And it's like you still, and when I took some other classes, I saw how similar they were. So it's all about, and sometimes I feel like it's all about semantics. It really is the semantics of what you say and what you're doing. And that's why I'm saying a lot of times people shun other people because of semantics. We don't talk to them to learn about them and what they're doing and how they can accomplish things. So that's really where I was. And, we're going to have to, I still want to, we never did this because I tell everybody, you can't talk against something if you don't learn about it. So yeah, I do want us to do a show about chakras. I don't understand that stuff because everybody, because it's even in the Bible talking about how you place crystals and stuff like that and all that kind of stuff. Y'all, I get so confused. Can
I say, going back to your comment about semantics, that when I taught a bunch of pastors and like very religious people, it wasn't even like on purpose. It was just because I was teaching a retreat in Dallas, and my client, her mom was a pastor and had a church. There's a lot of like deacons and what have you. And all I said was, when you meet somebody and you don't like them and you don't know what's going on, and people go, and I said, we have this sense of discernment. Like, this is a good person, that's a bad person, and everybody's like, like everybody got the word discernment versus saying psychic. You know what I mean? So I just changed the wording, and then before I knew it, they run up to the front of the class. I want to go, because you know how I do the class. I give them partnership. We partner up, and then we do a little bit deep breathing and meditation, and then I might say, partner, you hold this book, and your other partner's back to you, and they have to guess what you're looking at.
And you don't know your partner. That's the crazy part. You don't
know them. There's no, and if most people,
that's facts, channeling energy. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, it's like telepathy. And what we did was we didn't have magazines. We used our phones. So people picked a picture in their phone, and people were so, I'm talking about descriptive. Like there was somebody looking at a baseball field with a baseball cap, and the person saw the baseball cap, they described the field, and they were like, how did I know that? Like, are we doing witchcraft? No, it's intuition. That's why I tell people we have it, but we just let life pass us by ignoring it and being afraid, and that's the sad part about it. That's why I said I think it's one of my callings to definitely teach it, more than anything. But
yeah, it was like it was an experience, and it was cool. It didn't mess me up. It just opened my eyes up to something different. And we have our joke. We joke about it, but I tell everybody is that I appreciate the differences of the people that are in my circle because it helps me stay grounded. It helps me recognize the different things around me because that's what you have to do.
Right.
And, hey, coach. We done ran out of time, coach.
Oh, wow. Well, I can't believe it. I enjoyed my time here.
I'm like, coach, wait a minute. I look. So I'm getting ready to give you the screen again. I want you to give everybody one word of encouragement and then tell them how they can find you.
Definitely. Well, the word of encouragement is technically my slogan. Remember, anything you want is attainable. Own your power. And you can reach me by going to ownyourpowerlifestyle.com. You can follow me on Instagram at ownyourpower. And my fan page on Facebook is author Simone Kelly. So facebook.com/author Simone Kelly. So, but if you go to my website, all those links are there too. So I look forward to hearing from you. And please check out my fan page because I have all the updated events coming. I'll be traveling to South Florida, Dallas, and Los Angeles in the next couple of months. So hopefully I get to meet you guys.
Awesome. And I think I'll be in Atlanta in a couple of weeks. I got to check my schedule because you already know I'm like, oh, girl, I'm here.
Got to look for something.
Look, if Rona don't get us taken out of here. All right.
All right. He's outside somewhere. Don't worry.
Already. Well, all right, guys, it's been fun. It's been real. I love you to life. Have a good one. The best is yet to come.